Hey everyone, welcome back, or welcome if you're new. This is Breathe and Budget, and my name is Taryn. We talk about all things finance related on this channel. I do go over how I use the zero-based budget method, cash envelopes, as well as fun savings challenges to meet our financial goals. So if any of that is of interest to you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's go ahead and create my budget for this next paycheck. Okay, so we are going to budget for the third paycheck. I tend to only film the part for the cash stuffing. So after I take care of like the bills, which my check is going to be $22.31. So after we cover all of our fixed expenses, what I'm left with is $13.76. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Okay, and I'm a lefty, so I do my best to like angle the camera, but we will see how this goes. So there are 3 categories this time that are going to be cashless, meaning I leave them in a checking account and then I use the debit card that's attached to that account to make those purchases. Groceries and gas is always cashless. That way my husband and I both have access to it. But for pets, I'm adding an additional $50 and I'm not going to cash pull that because I need to actually just pay myself back. Hold on. Fire alarm is going off. I'm sure it's just my kids whipping up something on the stove. Hold on. All right. So yeah, they were heating up some ham on the stove. It's just super sensitive, but everything is good. Don't worry. We are safe. Okay. So like I was saying, pets is going to stay cashless. It's going to stay in the account because I just need to pay the card. We had our prescription food from Chewy come out, and I already pulled cash to pay half of it, and I'm just going to use what I'm pulling right now to pay the other half. So in my opinion, it would be pointless to pull it in cash when it needs to be in the bank. So groceries, gasoline, and pets. These 3 will be cashless. So groceries is $2.50, gas is $200, pets will be $50. Okay. Then for spending, my husband is going to get $100. I already got my $200 for the month. He does $400, so I'm not going to pull any for me. Dining out, I'm going to pull $100. And then for my nails, I'm going to pull another $65. Some of the money I left in to replenish my checking account cushion. So we'll just go ahead and write down the rest of the categories that I had in mind. So out of my emergency binder, which is like my high priority emergencies, I'm only going to fund home right now, and I want to throw $100 to it. We did just like pretty much deplete that to fix our oven. So I want to get $100 back to that. Our trash bill is going to be coming up. So I'll be pulling 40 for that. Then I'm going to go ahead and throw another $50 into pest control. I had already added $50 last time, but I think to get the service started could be anywhere from like $200 to $300, and I really want to have that ready by like January or February, so I'm going to put another $50 to it. And then housekeeping, that might take me a while. I am going to go ahead and put $50 to it right now, but that might take me a while just because I think like one of the quotes I got is like $400, but that's because in order for them to start service with you, they require to come in and do a full deep clean, which I told them like, can we bypass that? They said no. So I will have to pay for that first and then can start like the service. I'm still like contemplating and thinking about it, but in the meantime, I'm going to pull for it. If I wind up not doing anything about this, like not going forward with it, I'll just take that money and put it to something else. So let me just go ahead and add this up really quick. Okay, so this should be 1,005. Leaving us with 371. And I am going to, I have 2 more or no, 3 more in my high priority that I wanted to touch on. We just did our Taekwondo championship. My kids did. So I exhausted all of that. So I want to start rebuilding that. So I'll put 25 to that. Groceries overage. So this isn't our actual grocery bill. I'm going to put 50 to that. That's just like backup emergency if we need it. So I'm just building a nice little cushion, or if we do like bulk shopping, that's what that'll be for. And then for work clothes, because I want to get my husband to a solid 100. He has 70 right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put 30. And then in my low priority, we did just exhaust our like vacation because we went to San Diego that weekend. So I'm going to throw 50 into that. And then streaming, which would be like, you know, Peacock, Paramount, Hulu. I am going to go ahead and add 15. And then for our Amazon Prime, I'll add 15. And then I wanted to throw another 20 bucks to our winter envelope just for winter activities. And then since I used some of my clothing money, I'm going to add 70 back to my envelope. And then because I do want to get Atlas some gear for when it starts to, you know, we go on little adventures with him or things start to warm up, I want to get him some like shoes and other fun things. And if you haven't gone and followed me on Instagram, I had posted on stories the results from his DNA test. So I'll go ahead and put that up on the screen too, just for my YouTube family, for you guys to see, because you guys know I was saving money to do the DNA test and the results are finally back. So I'm just stoked. I can't even believe it. Some of the things we guessed, some of the things I wouldn't even have thought of.
He's so fast.
So I definitely thought there was going to be hound, and there wasn't. So those blue eyes are definitely from like the, husky Malamute side for sure. But it was a trip. Very cool to do though. Let me go ahead and add this up really quick. Okay, so that leaves me with 280. Hold on. I can't hit the buttons right. With left, so the 91, this was going to go into my cushion. So basically what I'm pulling for actual, like the cash stuffing, let me figure that out. Okay, so this was where I went wrong. This actually wasn't 1376. So I caught my mistake here. And I remember I told myself I was gonna like not make that mistake, but I did. So it was 1285. That would have left us with 280. So that was my mistake, because I forgot that I had already deducted the cushion, what I was leaving in the checking account for my cushion. So forgive me for that. That was my fault because I didn't have the data on this side like I normally do. So I am going to be cash stuffing $785. So I will post that video after this. I'll film my cash stuffing. These will remain cashless. So these will be in our checking account. So I'll just put cashless. Normally I just highlight it, but those 3. So this is what I'm going to be cash stuffing right now. And not December, but probably January, we're going to probably shift gears a little bit. I really am going to sit down, and I've already started to do that. So I have this like worksheet that I have from the Budget Mom. That's like the yearly spending. So like you write whatever your income might be, you know, and what all your like bills and stuff are, and then kind of planning it out for the year. So I do plan on trying to do like an annual budget just to kind of look at it as at a glance. The reason I'm going to do that is because I want to make sure that different bills that are due like throughout the year, whether it's like car registration or annual memberships or, you know, I don't know. Think of anything that you would think that would be like an annual expense. I want to make sure that I am really preparing for those ahead of time. I would rather pull like $5, $10, $15, you know, at the most each month to prepare for that bill. Like I just don't want any bills to come up, surprise me. I want to really sit down and look at where all our money is going. And then also another reason is because when the bill does become due, yeah, I could just use the paychecks that we get within that month to fund it and then just like cash stuff other envelopes less. But when I prepare and I cash stuff a little bit, and then when that bill comes up, I have the money for it, I like that feeling better. So I've done that with our earthquake policy that we have. I've done that every year where I've saved a little bit, and when the bill came out, I had the money to pay it. With our Allstate insurance, for the Riker, with like our septic, we have a septic system, so I have enough money sitting there. It's been sitting there for a while because you don't pump your septic like every year, right? So it's literally just been sitting there building interest. But it's ready. Like the next time we need to have our septic pumped, we have the money. I don't have to think about where is it going to come from, or what am I going to not, fund this month to use my paycheck to cover it. Like, I just like the feeling of being completely prepared. As things are coming in and out, the money is there. So that's what I'm going to do, is plan on working on like an annual view for 2024 and just being super prepared. And as you guys already know, if you're following me, I am now working on holidays for the next year as they pass. So for example, Halloween just passed, but I've already thrown $200 into Halloween for 2024. I have fully funded Easter for 2024. And once Easter is done, I will start to save a little bit for the following year. So this was something I started doing in 2023. So I had to like quickly fund Easter because I had not been saving for it all year. But that's going to change for the next year. So I'm just, as each holiday is passing, I'm going to figure out how much do I need to put away to reach the goal by the time that, holiday comes around. And to me, I feel better about it that way. It makes me feel motivated, and it just feels good. So again, with your budget, do what works best for your family. If you would rather just deal with it as the bills come up, to each their own. I just can testify that this system, the zero-based budget system, the cash envelopes, planning out and preparing for things in advance feels far better than where I was at before, just kind of flying by the seat of my pants and afraid to check my account in fear that it would be like overdrawn, or losing sleep over finances and money. I don't ever want to be there again. So this is why I do it this way. So I hope that this was a little intriguing. Sorry for the mathematical confusion. That was my fault completely because I had forgotten to deduct what I was leaving in my account as a cushion. So next time, I promise it'll be better. All right. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.